creatives, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angela. I'm a graphic designer and an illustrator, and today we're going to be diving into Illustrator on the iPad. So we're going to be in Illustrator once again, and today I'm going to be utilizing some custom brushes, and I'm going to show you how to make them. Illustrator came out with this, I think last year around the fall time. So I'm in Illustrator here. I have a single artboard, 12 by 14 in inches. There is a brush icon over on the left toolbar, and this brush icon you can create your own new custom brushes if you wish to. And I'm going to show you exactly how to create your own new custom brushes, especially if you want to do illustration. That's not going to take you like hours and hours and hours. So I have created some already. I'm going to move right over here to this artboard. And here I have a few plants. I have like a snake plant, a fern, and a monstera. Now, these are not going to be the only plants I have. I already illustrated these previously, so you guys can make whatever plants you wish or whatever you wish. It could even be buildings if you want. I'm going to create a new art brush with this snake plant grouping that I have here. My selection tool, which is the first tool on the left toolbar, choose this entire thing. I do have it grouped, and doesn't matter if it's grouped or not grouped, not really. I find that it's easier to group multiple items together, so that way it makes it easier for you to select. So select that, tap my brush tool over here twice, and as you can see, it'll showcase the endpoints here. But don't worry, that's normal. So you're going to choose a paintbrush, and then we're going to press the plus sign underneath the toolbar here. And the plus sign comes up with new art brush or new calligraphy brush, or calligraphic brush. I want to choose a new art brush because we're going to be creating a piece of artwork as a brush. So I'm going to select that one. And then you get this new pop-up window. For this window, what you want to select is whether the brush scales in proportion to the stroke length or between guides. I prefer to do it proportionately because if you see to stroke length, it kind of disproportionately stretches it. And between guides, it kind of does the same thing. So I'd rather it be proportionate, so that way when you draw a line or, use a brush stroke line, it will not make the proportions disproportionate. Like, it won't break them. You can choose the direction. I like to keep it the same to the right. Choose the name of this. This is going to just be snake plants. There we go. Okay, and then for colorization, this is up to personal preference. For colorization, you can choose none. It would just be the base color. Or you could also choose tints, where it's just a tint of the shade of the original shade, like the original coloring you have here. You can also go into tints and shades, where it does both lighter and darker, depending on the color that you choose. Or you could do a hue shift. Now, a hue shift generally makes it darker, almost like a difference effect. So I'm going to use tints and shades, and that's kind of like what I normally go for. So I'm going to save my brush, and our brush is there. So I'm going to deselect this. Let's go back to our other artboard here. And I'm going to start to draw with our brush. So with the brush tool selected, we're going to have our brush here selected, the snake plant, which we just made, or whatever you decide to make. I have a color selected. I'm going to choose a lighter green. This green is hex code 406325. If you guys haven't seen my explanation on hex codes, I will leave a link to that video. It is in Photoshop, but it's a really fascinating little technical thing to know when it comes to colors. So this is my green color. I'm just going to draw a line, and it creates a very beautiful snake plant. I can also draw another line, and it draws another one. Now, this is not acting how I want it to, so I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Let's go back over here to our snake plants, select it, go to our brush. Now, they don't have it to where you can edit the brush. I have not been able to do that yet. I don't know why they don't offer that option, but I'm just going to create a new brush, and instead of it being direction to the right, I'm going to direct it to the top. So whenever you do a brush line, it's going to go to the top. Save the brush. I'm going to choose my color. I'm going to choose a lighter green and see what happens. Oh, that green is a bit too light. There we go. Just draw it from the bottom, just like that. Let's see if I do a slightly lighter green than that. And it does keep them proportionate. You can do different colors of it. I'm going to do this dark one and see how deep it gets. Oh, it gets very deep. You can also do the same one, but instead of using tints and shades, the colorization could be nothing. Create your new art brush. I don't know why they don't make it to where you can edit them and save them over. I do wish that they would do that though. That would be really nice. Proportionately. Colorization, I'm going to leave to none. And then this is going to be pure snake plant. You can name these whatever you wish, especially if you're going to be making things that aren't going to be plants. Save the brush. There we go. Now let's see, let's go back over here and see if it does the exact same. I'll just fill it with any random color. There we go. And then you create a whole bunch of snake plants. It almost looks like grass when you do it this way. You could also do grass. So I'm going to take all these, I'm going to delete them by selecting them all and deleting. I did the same thing with the fern over here and the monstera, so I'm going to show you those really quickly. And those I'm going to use this lighter green once again. For the monstera, it looks very, very nice. When you do save these new brushes, however, you will see that there is a folder that says document. Those are going to be where all of your brushes that you created in the document reside. You can choose these and put them in a new folder. However, I haven't quite figured out how to do that. I wonder if it's in the properties panel. It does not. Okay. And then this is my monstera. I will choose a lighter green for the monstera as well. This one I did tints and shades. That one looks so much better. There we go. And you can do different variations. And even with a dark color, it gets really deep. It's really quite cool. There we go. So you can have a whole bunch of monstera plants, like a whole bunch of monsteras everywhere. So that is the monstera. That one I did with tints and shades. The snake plant, I had no colorization on it whatsoever. And then with the fern I used, let's do that lighter color. The fern I used tints and shades as well. So this is a very light green. I'm going to do a really dark green. It's going to look almost black, yeah. It's quite funny how it changes so much between the colorization. And you can have them going in different directions if you wish to. And then that's the fern. So we can create a whole scene with this. But since we are doing this brand new, I figured it would probably be a good idea to show you all how to create your own brush yourself. So I'm going to create a new artboard here by tapping the artboard icon. And I'm going to switch this over. For something natural like this, I want to have a beautiful color book of more natural kind of tones. But I do want to have like some nice oranges in here as well. Like this is a nice orange. And then let's see. This is a nice orange as well. And then I'm also going to add, and then let's see, I need like a cream pot color, like that one and that one. There we go. So every swatch that I tap on in the color books is going to pop up in your swatches panel. Okay, so we're going to make a kind of like a plant illustration scene, like a plant room, if you will. So we're going to need something to put the plants in. So I'm going to choose my square shape tool and make a few legs using this cream color here. You know how those three-legged plant pots are all the rage recently? That's what I'm going to make here. This needs to be a bit further away. There we go. And these pink guides do help me keep the spacing and the alignment. I'm going to make the pot part itself here. I'm also going to change the lightness of this. I'm going to make that a little bit lighter. Take my point selection tool, choose this little round, there we go. This little round dot with a circle around it, and we're going to choose one point and pull that blue dot with the circle around it. So that way it makes it a more rounded edge. I'm going to do these points as well. You can hold down your touch selector to select multiple corners. And then I'm just going to pull it in very slightly. There we go, just so it's a little bit rounded. I'm going to put these behind those legs, and I'm going to put this leg behind that one. There we go. Plant pot, there's one. You can be a lot more detailed with this, of course. I mean, it's completely up to you, but this is so far what I want to do. And then let's do an orange pot as well. I'm going to take this terracotta color that I found, which is fabulous, and make square shape tool. I'm going to make just kind of like a terracotta plant pot here. I'm going to add 2 points and 2 more points, 1 and 2. We got a terracotta pot plant here, and then we also have a tall standing one there. Okay, so those are our plant pots. Let's see, do I want to add some shadow? I mean, I kind of do, yeah. Let's add some shadow here. All right, so there is that. And then with this one, that's pretty good. All right, so now we can make these into our art brushes. So same process as before, select this entire thing. I am going to group them together just so that way it's easier for myself. Go to my brush tool, tap it twice, press the plus sign under paintbrush, choose new art brush. Then you can make your selections from here. Save the brush. Same thing for this one. Select it, go to the brush tool, tap twice, add a new art brush, save the brush. Always remember to deselect it. Let's go over here and make a test. Brush tool, we're on the terracotta, and draw a little straight line. There we go. It works quite well. I'm going to choose my other brush here, the pot stand. It's going to come up the same color regardless of what color you choose. So we have some plant pots going around here. Select them and kind of put them into place, rearrange them a bit, make some bigger than others. Hold down your touch selector to keep everything within proportion. There we go. So we have some plants and some plant pots going here. It's quite fun to do this. All right, let's do another plant pot. Once again, these are going to be under your document brush library setting here. There we go. So now we have the plant pots all placed. Now I want to do a background because we haven't done a background yet, so let's do that. Fill it with a gradient, I think. And we're also going to need to put this behind everything. Let's move some of these around. Got a nice little plant room here. And then we just need to add the plants. So select my brush tool here and let's do snake plants first because those are always fun. So the snake plant is not going to change colors. So I'm going to just draw the snake plants where I think they should be. There we go. And then I'm going to put them in place where they should go and drag them down behind. So that way we have some snake plants here. There we go, a few snake plants. And then I'm gonna do some ferns and then some monsteras. This one we did have colorization. Got some beautiful ferns. I'm gonna put them into place just because I didn't have them properly set. We're gonna have such a beautiful little plant area here. There we go. This one seems like it needs another one, so I'm just going to duplicate this one and put it over here. And then we have the monsteras. So the monsteras, we have a color change on those. So I'm going to choose the monstera. I'm going to change the color of the monstera to this green and even a lighter green than that, just so we get some difference in color. Now to put them into place, you can turn them around, move them around, make them bigger. These look really nice right here. And then we can even choose this one as a slightly different color, make it a bit lighter. And you can be as detailed as you want with yours. Now you can add as many of these as you wish. I'm just adding more of them for a nice effect here. I'm going to duplicate this one as well and put another dark one here, just to add more to the piece. And then we need one back here that's a dark one, just so that way it makes sense. There we go. And then let's add some more of these ferns over to this plant pot over here. I'm going to make this fern a lot lighter. There we go. We got some light ones in here. There we go. So now we have a full plant room illustration, and we're going to add some lights in here. So let's add some lighting. My lighting is going to be more yellow, but I'm also going to make it very, very light. Just don't worry, it is not going to stay this way. We're going to do a soft light, just like so. I'm going to bring the opacity down quite a bit, just so it's like a little bit of light. There we go, just like so. I'm going to duplicate this one, because there's like light coming through here. It's like beautiful and nice. Lots of different types of lighting. And then of course, when you have lighting, you have to add shading as well. And the shadows, let's see. The ground should probably be like, we have a lot of warm colors. Let's make the ground more of a cool color just to make it offset everything. Send it all the way to the back. And then we're going to have some nice semi-warm dark type of shadows here. Duplicate it. And the more detail you add, the better this is going to look. You never want to forget about those details. You can even move things from one layer to another by opening both of the layers and then bringing the item down. There we go. I'm going to duplicate that one, bring it over, do this a few times. And then we can even do some fun vines. If you all want some vines in here, we could do that. Oh, that fern a bit of a lighter color. There we go, just so it's lively. Got all these different colors of green, got some yellow in there with the snake plants. Let's do some nice light colored vines. Vines are very simple to do. I'm going to go over here to this layer, and I'm going to make some really simple ovals to do vines with. So we'll do that one, select all three of these, duplicate them, flip them, make them slightly darker. There we go, and then we can make a new art brush using a vine. This is just going to be a vine. I'm going to do proportionate colorization. I think I'll keep colorization. Do I want to keep? Let's do tints and shades, and then let's go to. We're going to be swiping down, so let's do the direction downwards, because when we swipe down, it'll create that beautiful vine from the top. So I'm going to save the brush. Always remember to deselect. Let's go over to our plant scene over here. I'm just going to add some vines on their own layer. Look how beautiful this scene is coming out. All right, So brush, make sure it's selected to the vine, and then I'm going to do a nice light green. Let's also make a brush for it that is slightly different and make it more to the stroke length. Going down, save the brush. There we go. We can have some vines falling down, which I think would be really nice. And you can make them a little bit disproportionate if you want. There we go. We have some cute vines coming down. And now the last thing to do is just to clip mask this whole thing. Just draw a random box on top. Select everything that is here. Go into your object panel over here and then choose Make Clipping Mask. And you have your beautiful scene. And that is your plant room illustration done pretty quickly while using custom made brushes of all the plants and the plant pots. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys make if you use custom brushes, what you use your custom brushes for in the comments down below. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. See you soon, creatives.